rejoice. Let all the earth rejoice. He wraps himself in light, and darkness tries to hide, and trembles at his voice, and trembles at his voice. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God is, and all will see how great is our God. Age to age he stands, and time is in his hands, beginning and the end, beginning and the end. The Godhead, three in one. You're the Father, Spirit, Son, the Lion and the Lamb, the Lion and the Lamb. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God is, and all will see how great is our God. He's a name above all names, and is worthy of all praise. My heart will sing, how great is our God. Yeah. He's a name above all names. He's worthy of all praise. And my heart will sing, how great is our God. How great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God. And how great is our God? Sing with me, how great is our God? And all will see how great is our God.
It's offering time.
Hey kids, what do you do when somebody hurts your feelings? Do you scream and stomp your feet? Or do you try to hurt them back? Or maybe you just forgive them.
Well, in today's lesson, we're going to learn a story that's just about that. Jesus told a story about a guy who owed a lot of money.
One day, a king decided that he was going to collect all the money that his servants owed him.
So he called in one guy who owed millions of dollars and demanded that he paid all of the money back.
The servant didn't have any money to give to the king, and at first, that made the king pretty mad.
He told his servant he was going to sell him and his whole family to make up the money he owed.
The servant begged and got more than he expected. When the king said he was going to sell his family, he fell on his knees and begged for more time to pay his money.
The king felt bad for him, so he did something really unexpected.
He told the man he didn't have to pay him back at all, that his debt was forgiven.
But then the servant wouldn't forgive even a small debt. Right when the servant left the king, he went out and found a guy that owed him money and demanded that the guy paid him immediately.
The man fell to his knees and begged for more time to pay his debt, but the servant wouldn't give it to him.
He had him arrested and put in prison till he could pay him back.
Some people saw this happen and rushed to tell the king about it, and it made him so angry.
So the king called the servant and had him thrown in prison until he could pay back the millions of dollars he owed.
All because he did forgive someone else. So kids, what can we learn from this? We should make a habit of forgiving, because we've been forgiven.
The king forgave a big debt, but Jesus forgave an even bigger debt.
It's the debt of all the bad things that we do that get in the way of our relationship with God.
And because Jesus forgave us, we should forgive others. Memory verse.
Forgive not 7 times, but 70 times 7. So kids, next time somebody hurts your feelings, don't be like that silly servant that wouldn't forgive.
Remember what Jesus did for you, and always be willing to forgive others.
Hey Kids Club, I just wanted to come and bring you a little bit of a lesson that we did on Sunday about forgiveness. So we've been talking about DIY, that you have to choose for yourself to forgive others. So let's say this bottle is you, and you're stuck at home now with everything going on, and your sibling decides to take your favorite toy, play with it in the room, and accidentally they break it. That probably makes you upset, right? So we're gonna say that this water right here, it looks kind of pretty by itself, right? We're gonna say that that happens and you get a little mad, right? But you don't do anything about it. You're just a little upset. So your heart has kind of started to change color just a little bit, you see? You've got anger in there. So then, let's see, your best friend decides to invite 2 or 3 other friends to their house and they exclude you. That might hurt your feelings too, right? Do you think that would make you sad or maybe mad? Maybe a little bit of both? So let's see what happens when we put that in our bodies as well. Okay, it's still pretty colorful, but your heart is starting to change a lot here, you see? Okay, so last one, let's see, what would be a good situation? Well, how about, I know, you decide that you finished all of your schoolwork and it's time for you to watch your favorite show on TV. So you grab the remote and you turn it on. But what happens when your sibling comes running in and saying they want to turn and they want to watch what they want to watch? But instead of giving them a chance, you're unkind and you say, it's my turn, and ignore them. I would say that kind of would change your heart too a little bit, right? Even though they didn't hurt you, you're hurting them. So, I wonder what's gonna happen when we put this in there. Oh my goodness. I don't know about you, but that's looking a little nasty. So your heart, holding all that anger and hurt inside of you, is changing you and changing what you look like. So this week we talked about forgiveness, right? Sometimes forgiveness is easy and sometimes it's really hard. But if we choose to not forgive, this is what happens. We start to turn ugly, and sometimes things we say are negative or mean to other people. So we have to choose to ask God to help us forgive others. So we're gonna pretend that this balloon here is Jesus, okay? Give me a second here, I gotta pull this up. We all need a lot of Jesus, right? Okay, so we ask Jesus and we say, Jesus, okay, I really need your help because I'm feeling kind of ugly. So help me choose to forgive others. So what happens when we add a little bit of Jesus to ourselves? Look what's happening. When you allow Jesus to help you forgive others that have hurt you and choose to not be angry yourself, all of that pain and ugliness and anger can go away, and Jesus can heal you and cleanse you. Isn't that pretty cool? I don't know about you, but I want to choose forgiveness this week. So take a chance at home and choose to forgive your family and your siblings, because we all might end up hurting each other a couple of times over the next few weeks. But I know you can do it. Just ask Jesus to help you and you can forgive too. Take that next step. So, remember that forgiveness is up to you. You can take that first step and forgive others too. See you later, Kids Club.